Podcast number 2. Take 1.
Take 1. There's only one take.
For the memes, T.
For the memes. For the memes. We just gotta let this intro music roll, which is a good choice, by the way. I think it's a great one.
Okay.
I think it's a great one.
I think it's been 10 seconds.
Welcome back to the podcast, pros. This is our, This is our first and official. We did the last one, but that was kind of like an intro.
Oh, yeah, it was
a little warmy to what's going to happen. So it's huge.
Yeah, I'm excited. Today, our topic will be... We had 3 topics.
No, let's do the real parts versus the replica parts. I think that's where to go. But before we start today's podcast, we have a sponsor.
Yeah, we got sponsors.
We have a sponsor. Today's sponsor, let me reach for the box. Hold on. Today's sponsor is Tuner Crate. Tuner Crate is actually one of my very good friends' companies, Mike Smurf and WX. You guys know who that is.
It's a nice box of things.
So Tuner Crate is a monthly subscription service where you can pay every month to have a box of mad things.
That's what monthly subscription service means, TJ. That's a bit redundant.
That's my answer to that. But it is a monthly subscription where they send you a box of things each month. This month's theme is Paul Walker. Paul Walker or Brian
stuff.
O'Connor, whatever they want to call him.
Ready?
What is it? What do we got?
Shot.
Whoa, don't just...
Money shot.
I hate when you just dump shit out like that. One of my biggest pet peeves is I like to be organized and fashioned, and he just dumps it all out.
Look at this shirt.
Don't undo it.
Meme.
That's actually a sick-ass shirt. Dude, I just got Paul Walker. Okay, let's just not undo all of it. You're hurting.
All right.
You're giving me the bad OCDs. I want to show it, mate.
All right.
What you can get in each thing is it comes with shirts, it comes with boxes, it comes with little toys. We have a sweet figure, a little Brian O'Connor figure. I know these are actually sold out. I think Tuner Crate actually bought all these out, so this is like the limited edition. You can only get these there. It has a couple shirts in here, a cool tuna no crust hat, which is cool. I like that, and a little poster. They always come with little microfibers. You can pay for a higher subscription, there's like a couple tiers and whatnot. I think this is their top tier, but every month you get a new theme. Sometimes it's YouTuber themed or JDM themed, muscle themed. It's cool. It's mad stuff. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Tuner Crate. I appreciate that.
Remember, he's a buster.
Okay. Let's dive into this.
Okay, man.
This is the biggest debated thing on the goddamn internet. And quite frankly, Calv, I'm so sick and tired of this. If I have personally myself seen so many reaction memes or so many reaction videos, people just like trying to call me out, talk shit. Did you not silence your phone,
Hey,
Calv?
man, just leave me alone.
I've had people link me videos that... The biggest thing that I hate is people will use my name to try and get themselves, more views, or they try and act like they talk to me and we have, beef or some shit.
I actually watched something on that, it was iDubbbz and Keemstar, when Keemstar brings people on to get... And he either calls someone out on social media and targets big YouTubers and calls them guilty, or small YouTubers come on and he gives them subscribers. People do that. It's really odd.
Yeah. But just to generalize, let's get some background information before we just dive into this so everyone knows what page we're on, what everything is, and just pretty much lay it out. So, real parts versus your replica parts. I guess just off the bat, real parts are where that exact design was originated.
Yeah, so the maker of let's say for instance a body kit. So let's say I made it. If I designed a body kit, then I'm the original maker of that. And then a replica is exactly as the name implies. It's someone who took the design and replicated it.
Yeah, or I think in more common terms, it's seen from Wheels. Can you mute that?
Mute what?
Hit the mute button. Well, no, right up there, right there. Yeah.
All right.
I think more commonly it's within Wheels. You see people remake Wheels, and the real wheel is where it exactly came from and wasn't a remake of that wheel, or Blend in general the most expensive version of that part is considered the real part, where it's used with the highest quality of material made. And then your fake part would be the cheaper, more affordable, based off of that real
man, that's
type
leading.
wheel.
That's leading the fucking more affordable. No, well, you're leading the audience by saying that.
It is though. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't think that's leading at all.
All right.
Okay,
all right.
so
Fair
I think we've made that distinguish of a real part versus a replica part. I think we've made that distinguish. I guess what I pretty much want to ask you first, what are your thoughts? What's your opinion on buying? And I don't agree with calling them replica parts, but for the sake of the video, for it being
for the lack of a
distinguishable,
better term.
I'm going to call it that.
Okay.
What is your opinion on replica parts? Do you have replica parts? Are you going to get any? Just lay it out.
My opinion on that is just like most people, when you're trying to buy something, you're trying to buy usually something that mostly works. So with...
Speak into your mic, bitch.
I am speaking into my mic. It's right there. You can see the... Get out of here, man.
Hey, man.
I can hear myself. So usually when you go out and buy something, you're trying to find something that won't break on you or like of the highest quality. So I agree, fund the person who made it. Like if you have the means and you respect their craft and you really want to support them, by all means go buy the kit from the original. But if you're one of the people that are just trying to make your car look cool, get the job done, it works, and it's not going to crap out on you, I personally would be the person that would go for the cheaper option of the two. But for those who also follow my route, like, I'm not trying to circle jerk here, but I'm, for the most part, an average Joe. Average Benedict, if you will. And I would like, for the average Benedict, I would rather pay the cheapest option for what I can do. Because $4,000 for wheels is kind of fucking expensive. Right, Tej? Like, if you think about it, if I could get $2,000 set of wheels that look similar and they're wheels and they fucking work, why the fuck would I spend $4,000?
And that's where the whole fucking drama comes into play, Cal, because this is what I think that pisses me off the most is people who spend that much money on these wheels get on their goddamn fucking high horse and think they're so much better than you because they spent more money and did the real thing over cheaping out. They feel so entitled. And I see that across the damn board, from fucking people on Instagram, people in person, to in general. And at most times in the back of my head, I'm like, congratulations, dude. You just wasted so much money on your car that doesn't fucking need it. And I'm gonna go back into this.
I mean,
need it as in, okay, need is a bad word. I'm going to say this. When you buy these expensive parts,
yeah,
the real parts,
yeah,
most times they're forged, meaning they're the highest cast you can get. It's the strongest, quote unquote, wheel versus getting your replica, which is more of a, they don't really do gravity cast anymore. People who think that, no, they don't really do gravity cast that much anymore. A lot of times it's low pressure cast, which is what your OEM wheels from Subaru, those are all gravity cast. I mean, low pressure cast, which is what these rep wheels are. And people go like, well, it's so much stronger. Like nothing's gonna break on me. And it's like, if you're driving in the streets, the only chance that you're gonna break your wheel is if you hit a pothole the size of China. Like you have to seriously hit a huge pothole to crack a wheel here, new or real or fake.
Yeah, so I would like to discuss that as well. So there's a thing called diminishing returns, right? So let's say you buy a really strong fucking forged wheel. At some point, it's marginal. Like, meaning when you hit that pothole, you're saying, both wheels hitting the same pothole, yeah, the forged wheel is more likely to survive, but on day-to-day use, and if you're a car guy, you tend to avoid potholes altogether. So day-to-day use, driving on a track or doing skids, if you hit both of those wheels in a similar condition of like crashing, they're fucked. Like I've seen on Rob Ferretti's video where he hit a pothole in, where does he live? New York?
New York, yeah.
Yeah, he hit a pothole in his Ferrari. Ferrari OEM wheels, you expect those to be like really fucking nice, right? So he hit a pothole really big, fucking sliced one of the spokes. Like just cracked, fucked wheel. And like I'm saying, there's diminishing returns. It's marginally. Right now I'm speaking out of inference. I don't have evidence, but for the most part, they are marginally different. Like if you hit it hard enough, both of them are going to crack.
Yeah, and again, some of this comes into play where you live. I think people in Pittsburgh will argue that potholes are a way bigger deal than it is in here in San Diego, where we really don't have that much. So, maybe you could
say in California, our potholes are fucking bad. I mean, in LA,
it's back and forth, but maybe location could have a play in this.
Yeah.
But no matter what you do, and I have quote unquote real wheels on my GTR. I guarantee you, if I hit a pothole, I can break that wheel. I think people think it's unbreakable. That's why you spend so much money, and that's full of shit. It's gonna break, and this kind of goes back to me cracking the flow form wheel from Ambit, the fake wheel. I broke that wheel. People are like, "Oh, if you had real wheels, you fucking idiot, that wouldn't have happened." I hit a curb at 45 miles per hour. Give me a goddamn real wheel, and I can break that shit on a track in a second.
Same fucking way. At 45 miles per hour, if you run into a curb, or like even if you're driving normally,
and you hit a fucking curb,
an island,
you're done.
You're done. Your wheel's fucking done.
So why spend? And again, you want to have the entitlement of being like, oh, well, I spent this much, and like, then if you want to be that asshole, then be that fucking stereotype.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to.
I don't mean to say that with so much hate, but I just see people talk shit to others, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
For those people, I agree. For those people who are being assholes about it and choosing to be, oh, my shit is like sick as fuck, and your shit's like cheap. Please don't do that. Like that's not.
Yeah.
Why do you need to do that? But
I think a lot of time they don't realize it.
But for those people, I don't have any examples. But for those people who actually buy real stuff and just enjoy it and fucking show it off,
then good for you.
It's art. For me, I would fucking, if I could afford it, I would have went with hold up. Oh, okay. So for my bag system, for my air system, I was gonna go with a buildable kit. So like buy a separate strut, buy a separate bag, put it on top of each other, fill it up. But I felt that Airlift had just this great system, and I wanted to spend the extra $1. Airlift is one of those. Airlift and AccuAir are top tier bags, right? I could have went with cheapo, like whatever bags, but I would like to rep Airlift because it's good and fucking the prestige. But I don't go around shoving my Airlift dick into your mouth.
But also keep this. See, this is that me like contradicting myself. But there are some parts that I wouldn't get cheaper options or the cheaper option on.
Yeah.
Bags being one of those. I think there's a level of how far you want to go with. That's a moving part. Wheels, those don't move. They spin. Like there's no part on that like has a multi.
No, but like,
can you explain that?
I mean, okay, so
but I'm just saying, like bags in general
are complicated.
Like coils, you can get race lands and those are good too. But there's some things that I wouldn't cheap out on. Wheels being one of them. It's like you have to learn, you have to know the curve, which is that's the thing. There's a gray area and there is a contradictory in everything.
Everyone's a hypocrite. Yeah, we'll talk about that on another podcast.
But I mean, there's something that I wouldn't cheap out on. Bags being one of those, I would not cheap out on.
Well, I've spent a lot of time looking up like shit for bags, and there's plenty of bellows that you could buy separately to put on like TJ's old teens. Mm-hmm. You could stick bags over strut, right, and it'll work exactly the same. Exactly the same. It'll do the same exact thing, but just because of all the options that Airlift had on their already built and developed strut, right? I could have went through the learning and it would have did the same. Example, Jason, the Jason that helped me out with my bags, I don't know what he did, but I'm pretty sure he just put bags over struts. Jason, if you're out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but his worked perfectly fine.
Yeah. Like, and again, and then it goes back to like, you know, something you never, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing to talk about because there's and everyone has their own personal preference. There are some things that I don't mind shaving a couple of dollars off of, and there are some things that I personally, because I have personal experiences in the past of shipbreaking where I'm like, I've snap breaking before. That's not personally worth it for me to cheap out on. And everyone's going to be different. Bottom line. So that's a huge factor in this argument.
But what the difference between you and some people are is you don't go around telling people who have lesser things than you that you're fucking retarded. And why did you buy that?
Yeah. Like, and make those Instagram posts just calling people out for not having real shit. Like,
yeah, dude.
Like, what the fuck, man? That's like online bullying at its finest.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of bullying in any way, shape, or form. And I know this. I've seen that person. Again, goes back to, I think what triggers me is I've seen bullying in person, and I've seen it really fuck people up.
Yeah.
And when I see an online form of that, which people think is innocent, but as someone who's seen it in a different light and they've had a different personal experience with it, they're like, that's fucked up, dude. How dare you come to someone's face and call them a fucking cunt because they don't have expensive shit like you and make them feel lesser and people just gangbang on them in the comments because, you know what I mean? Like, man.
Ironically enough, I don't follow cars, period. Like, if you look at my subscription feed, the only car things I follow are informative, teaching you how to make shit happen. Like, be it for build, where he cuts and welds and shit, or Engineering Explained, where he explains the physics of shit. I don't follow anyone for their car. All I give a shit is about my car. Like, I don't follow anyone on Instagram that has cars unless it's my friend. That may change in the future if it's a really fucking cool car, but I don't go around comparing my car with other people. Like, all I do is see a car by itself and how much effort a person put into it. That being, they worked for the money, paid for their shit, put it on their car. Like, no matter who you are, whether you built it or you bought it, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to appreciate your car for what it is. In my opinion, art, right? Like, you spent the time and effort to think about this and make it your own. Like, I'm not going to shit on your car. Like, I'll say, I'm not saying you can't criticize it. Like, oh, I don't like that. That's fine. Leave it there. But you don't have to discriminate and be prejudiced towards other cars because they're not your car. Then you're just living a life full of hate, and that fucking sucks. Like, I feel bad for you, honestly. I pity you.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. It's just that there's a lot of people out there like that, and what triggers me the most is seeing people support that and encourage them to keep on fucking dogging people like that. I don't know. So I mean, that pretty much in the whole like wheel world. You know, I really could care less. I'm an owner of both real and fake. And
they do the same fucking thing.
Let me tell you, they're the same fucking thing. It's literally an ego pride thing. And like straight up.
And as for your RBV3.
Oh, wait, I'm getting to that. I want to finish this. Okay. I'm getting to that.
All right.
I want to wait for that. But again, touching on the wheels. I didn't pay full retail for the ADV ones. I got those secondhand, but the previous owner said he spent nearly $10,000.
Oh, what the fuck?
On those those ADV ones.
What the fuck right now? Are you serious?
Yeah, for $10,000. And for those Ambit wheels, before I was even sponsored by Ambit. So yes, I'm sponsored by Ambit. So I get free wheels. We all get free wheels. That's how a sponsor works. Do they pay me to say their shit? No. Do they pay me or ask me to hide certain shit from them? No. I show you exactly what happens with the wheels. The only crack I've ever had is when I crashed. And And
Keyword
those
crash.
wheels themselves, what?
Keyword crash.
Yeah. And the only difference, and those ambit wheels, when I bought them originally before I was a sponsor, I spent maybe a little bit over $1,000 for those wheels.
Dude, that's a deal. $1,000 versus 10 grand?
Yeah. Same thing. Same thing. And, that's why I've been on both sides, and that's why I feel so confident about it. And people say, oh, it's your safety at risk. It's your safety at risk. Well,
I mean, if you're talking about seatbelts, then yeah, sure. But if your wheel cracks, you're not going to die.
well, and then they could argue, well, if you're on the freeway and your wheel cracks, I don't know. There's so many different.
What's your wheel going to crack on the freeway?
Dog, I couldn't tell you, but
You hit a deer.
you could argue the same thing, that your wiring a job on your headlights that you've done is bunk and it's going to catch fire. There's so many.
Mine's probably going to catch
But there's so many
I know.
if ands or buts, like that's so dangerous. And again, it just comes back to they could have seen some shit happen a year ago to one of their best friends and they crash, and since then they swear to God, if you buy fake reels, you're encouraging death on everyone else. Again, everyone has their own backstory.
What the fuck?
I meant
you're
if you get fake wheels, you're just encouraging death.
That's a good point. Honestly, there's a logical fallacy to that. I don't remember which one it is, but you're basically attesting some occurrence to something that had some correlation but no causation. Like, for example, they could be blaming the wheel for that crash. But was your friend driving like an asshole or not?
I don't know. There's a bunch of things.
There's a bunch of things
going
to think
into
about.
it.
There's a lot.
As we're in the middle of our podcast here, what we're going to do for advertisements, how sponsors work is in each and every podcast, you announce your sponsor in the beginning of the video and in the middle. So again, we're going to retouch on Tuner Crate. It is a monthly subscription service box that I meant to say earlier before, but there's a link in the description that you can go ahead and click, and it brings you right to everything. It shows you everything.
Like stickers.
Different themes every month. You get JDM theme 1 month, muscle theme another month, exotic theme 1 month. I was at theme once. There was a TJ Hunt theme. They do a bunch of things.
Stickers.
And it's done by my good friend Mike. He's a local YouTuber. A lot of you guys might watch him, but great idea. And he's going far with it. It's an amazing.
I like this.
It's an amazing service that I think is
that's
mad.
not going to show up.
The green's probably invisible.
Gone.
Yeah. But thank you to our sponsor. Thank you, Tuner Crate. I appreciate your support, and they're keeping this podcast alive. But let's put that back down. And now I'm ready to jump into this.
Are you ready?
Let's talk about, now this one is a little bit different, but let's talk about fake body kits versus real body kits.
I mean,
should I start, or do you want to start? I mean, I could jump into it right here.
All right,
now.
then go ahead.
So, wow, did I take a dick up the ass on this shit?
YouTube community.
Ooh, not even just outside forums, everything.
Really?
Instagram, I tried to get hammered on. Instagram, I really got reamed, and by everybody.
Jesus.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, I got a Rocket Bunny V3 kit on the car. Did it come from Japan, from the actual person who designed the car? No, it didn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I got a replica kit that was essentially just designed and based off of the V3 kit. And it was cheaper, much cheaper. It was literally like a fraction of the cost. Cost difference here, this real kit cost, to get it shipped here, it cost like $7,000 to do it. The other kit to get was like a little under $2,000. Does it look the same? Yes. Does it function the same? Yes. When it's painted, does it look the same? Yes. Does that make your car more dangerous? No. So the only differences between the two is pride and supporting the real owner who made it.
Yeah.
This is something that you can't argue that it's dangerous. You can't argue that it doesn't look as good. Once you cover it with paint or cover it with wrap, you wouldn't be able to tell which kit was real, which one wasn't.
If we didn't document it and we put two cars in the same thing,
the internet would never know it was a replica kit.
If we didn't say it was a replica, if we just showed you a picture, you'd be, oh, that's a nice V3 kit.
Yep. Now, why there was an explosion of hate when I did that? Well, and again, we were uneducated about this at the time. I mean, at least I was.
Yeah, sure.
This is, and I could see it later down the line, but I still have my same opinion about it. The argument was that was a kit that the artist who did that, he made that and he put his work into it, and someone pretty much kind of made a remake of it. Sorry, the people in the background in the warehouse. I don't know if you can hear them, but he made a remake of it, and that's someone technically remaking his work and selling it for cheaper. So you're not supporting the guy's pocket who made it.
Yeah, which sucks. We'll agree with that.
And then I got the same thing. People were like, well, how would you feel if people are making Replica Hunt and Company stuff? How would you feel about that? And I was like, nice meme, and it's already on the internet. Go on eBay, bro. Like,
already
you can buy Replica Hunt and Company gear everywhere.
He's already...
So people were like, oh, how would you feel? And I was like, it's already happening, dude. I mean, that's the world. I mean, it sucks. And I'll be honest, it doesn't feel good. I can relate in a sense. Obviously not the same, but... you can't stop that. And I see it now that, yes, I could have supported the real artist, and people argued that I'm such a big influence on the internet that now I just made every person out there never want to buy a real kit, and now I'm making them go buy fake stuff. And that's why they hated me. They're like, how could you destroy the car scene like that and not support the actual person? And at the time of the kit, when it was offered to me, I was like, oh, it's cheaper, it looks the same. Fuck yeah, I'm going to do that. Never once did I think, I'm going to go, I'm not supporting the real guy. I'm not supporting the real thing. It never once crossed my mind. We've always been getting the cheapest price possible. It's always been from the start.
Yeah, because we're still fucking dudes just trying to put shit on our car.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I've spent a lot of stuff on it, but it's still a budget when I can. I don't choose to go with the highest option every fucking time. I mean, that's obvious. I try to get the cheapest functional, safe, try to get the cheapest thing for every part. That's still good.
I would like to touch on that idea of buying replica shit, right? So
sure,
supporting the person who made it.
Sure.
First of all, those people, 85% confidence, probably don't buy their music.
Oh,
they
nice
probably don't buy their music. Or if you decide to buy fake Yeezys, Benedict's getting into the whole
mixing
hype beast. Hype beast
right.
thing. Right. He tells me that no one fucking buys real Yeezys and wears them. No, like not that. That's not what I mean. Like the $3,000 like from Adidas. I mean, shut up.
That's
you know
what that
I mean?
is.
I know.
I don't know what you mean.
No, like which ones are the like $5,000?
What?
The shoes that are really fucking expensive. How much were those?
When the Adidas released them, like $250, I paid like $800 for them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, TJ's an exception, but some people out there don't wear their real shoes.
Yeah.
They buy replica shoes to walk around because, first of all, they don't want to ruin them. Second, they might get jacked and then you'd be really sad. So, are those people assholes about it? Probably not. But the people who are assholes, they probably don't buy their own. They don't support the real music.
Or you can even say that another alternative twist is if you have ad block on your computer, you're not supporting the original creator.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people watching this right now, watching this podcast that have ad block on. I could say you're not supporting us, man. I'm not making money off of what you're doing. This is my job. You're not supporting me. And people are victims of it all across the board. Yeah, and it goes back to what we said in the last podcast. It's all okay or none of it's okay.
Like,
I'm going to check the battery real quick, but keep going.
So, again, all of it's okay or none of it's okay. So if it's not okay in the car community, then it's not okay in the music industry. Like all I'm doing is trying to point out you being a hypocrite. Whether you care or not is up to you. Like, if you don't care, then fine, be a hypocrite. I'm for sure a hypocrite. Like,
yeah, and
everyone's selfish and they just pick their own thing. But if you're gonna be an asshole about it,
don't fucking be a hypocrite.
Just realize you're being an asshole about it.
And I think people can make the argument, well, dude, you're talking about a 99-cent song versus a $10,000 body kit or whatever.
Same fucking thing,
but
dude.
Think about it this way. Yeah, that one kit is a huge margin of profit, but think of all the songs you've downloaded. Think of all the fucking ad blocks you've done. I'm sure it's more than that body kit would have made.
Yeah. So,
100%. 110%.
Like, if you're going to be an asshole about it, be an asshole, but recognize you're being an asshole. Like, don't act like you're fighting the good fight. I've been watching a lot of H3H3 and them talking about social justice warriors. Triggered.
Yeah.
Triggered.
Yeah.
Like, just if you're gonna be an asshole, recognize you're an asshole, because I do. If I'm criticizing you, I know I am. Like, I'm not doing it unconsciously. Like, I'm doing it because I want to be an asshole. So, fucking pick your side. Either fucking recognize you're being a hypocrite and be okay with it, or recognize you're being a hypocrite and change your way of thinking.
Yeah, and I want to address this I'm thinking of that one video I saw that this guy totally tried to call me out, and it triggers me because I just think this guy's such a fucking idiot.
It better not be the one that...
It's not the one that I recently saw, no. It's one that I've watched a while ago. Because everybody does this. Everyone... a lot of channels try and make shit and be like, reaction to TJ Hunt's wide body kit, whatever. And they say, we never justified it, or like, am I okay with it or whatnot? And it's like, did I not get the original part kit? Did I get the fake kit? Yes. Am I okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I still have it. Would I do it again? I don't fucking know, dude.
I would. Like, fuck it. It's cheap. Fuck it. I mean, in the future, if like I can support the artist because I do truly like the art, I will do it. Like I've been realizing I'm using this website called Scandal. It's from my favorite band, the Japanese band called Scandal.
Oh, K-pop, J-pop, whatever.
J-pop.
Yeah.
You fucking can't.
Okay.
J-rock. But I've been using this service where it collects all the videos from the internet and puts it in the small place, right, where I could access them and they won't get flagged and taken down because they're all private videos. Like, there's a huge process to get into the website. But I've been thinking about trying to support them because this is it's a free service, but they deserve to be paid for this, and I feel like I need to give back. Like, if I can, I'll donate money to them. But at the moment, I'm not. So, like, it's not like I'm unconscious of what we're doing. I just, at the moment, I'd rather not. I don't have the throwing away money. Yeah.
Well, okay. I'd love to touch on this if I can steal the floor for a sec.
Yeah.
I saw this everywhere. This kid buys a GTR, but yet cheaps out and buys a fake kit. Okay, let me just dive into this real quick.
Oh shit!
Why the fuck? Because and let's be real.
What you guys do?
Let's be fucking real here. I spent nearly $80,000 on that GTR. Mod wise, there's probably like 15 grand into it right now.
Yeah.
So there's no hiding the fact that yes, I spent nearly $100,000 on that car. Okay, so they go, how can this kid spend $100,000 on his car, but yet cheap out and not buy the real kit? Why the fuck? If I spend that much money, do I have to spend more? Wouldn't the logic be he just spent this much money? No. He must be living broke right now. He should be trying to save fucking money.
That's $100,000 less to go into a kit.
So just because somebody has spent an expensive car on the side or has spent a lot of money on one thing does in no way mean that he should or have to spend just as much on everything else because he spent a lot on that. That does not define how much money you have. You know, someone could have a Ferrari and live out of a box just to afford that Ferrari. I know some guys who have a small-ass house and have 3 Ferraris, and that's all they can afford.
Have you seen that meme? That there's a dude, he lives in a storage unit about the size of, like, this room, and he has, like, this super nice charger, like, paint job, all these mods, and he lives in a fucking storage unit. And you're telling me that motherfucker needs to have a big-ass house. No, dude. No. Like, just because... It's like when people ask me, what car should I buy? Or should I mod my car? And they're like, I ask, do you have... How much is the mod? $500. That's $500 fucking bucks less to the new car you want.
Yeah, I just that whole thing just triggers me so much because it's like, dude, I don't know. That one gets me. That logic that they throw at me, I'm like, you're an idiot. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean. But to be fair, to argue for those people, your life is as complicated as the next person's. Like, you have your own shit to deal with. You have your own shit to figure out. There's not enough time in the day to consider the person next to you to have the same amount of complexity. Like, it's easy to think that, like when you were a kid, you thought teachers lived at the school.
I never thought that.
You never thought that?
Nah, dude.
Where did you think they went?
Home?
Dude, I didn't. I thought they lived in the roof.
To their fucking house?
I thought they lived in the roof. But for those who can feel my memes, it's very easy to dismiss. It's very easy to dismiss the complexity of the lives of others. Like,
hold up, our thing stopped recording.
How long ago? What the fuck? Can we figure it out? Figure it out.
You want me to go all the way to the back?
Just see how long it was. Just see how long it was. Fucking cuck. Take 2.
The camera just stopped recording for whatever reason. Like I said, it's a new podcast, so if the screen just went black, you didn't see us for like a couple minutes. That's why. I don't know what happened.
It's a podcast.
You're just trying to listen anyway.
Yeah.
But where were we?
We were talking. I was talking about how you don't consider other people to be as complex. So, let's say this is my example. So, let's say you're considering whether or not buying. That we'll take into consideration the quote unquote middle class. So let's say you're considering to buying a more economical car or a more sporty car. The more sporty car costs more, and in your head you're thinking of checks and balances between those things, right? Which one's worth like to you, and that's a lot of thinking. That's a lot of complexity. You gotta know that the person next to you on the subway is thinking the same fucking things. Like, their lives are just as hectic as your life. Maybe theirs might be more hectic or might be more easygoing. But for the most part, people have their own shit to deal with. And for you, at least in my way of thinking, for you to go and shit on that person for doing what they're doing and it's bothering you, dog, that's a personal issue. If it's bothering you, shut the fuck up. They probably have shit to do just like you do. If you ever are in a line wondering why it's taking so long, it's because a person like you behind that counter is figuring shit out. Like, it's actually super stupid, like retarded as fuck, to think that when you're at work and someone's pressuring you and you're like, geez, why can't you just lay off? And you go out and fucking shit on a person for taking too long. What is the matter with you?
Get fucked.
Like, fucking think about that. Like,
yeah, no, fair.
I do my best to do this. I do my best. Like, of course, I'm human like everyone else. But if someone cuts me off, I do my best to think about, oh, if that was me, I'm probably late as fuck, and I need to be going 100 miles per hour cutting through traffic. Like, or I'm just having fun. So what's the point of getting mad at this person? Or back to our point.
I think we're getting a little off topic.
No, but back to our point. If you have the means to buy the nicest fucking original kit and you find it worth, and you thought about this and you can afford it, that's you, dog. Think about the person who didn't do that. Consider why they didn't do it. 1, because they're cheap as fuck. 2, they don't have the means. 3, it doesn't fucking matter to them. 4, it's like, whatever, dude. It looks the same. Like, who really cares? Like, why do you care so much is my question.
I think it just goes back to people just getting pissed because they're not supporting the real artist. But at the end of the day, you can't control that. And, I just don't got an answer for you. People are like, well, you need to support the real guy. You need to support where the artist came from. Let me say this. Trust me. They're getting there. If it's that fucking popular that it's being remade, I guarantee you he's made quite a fucking... He's made a couple bucks off that. I don't know. That's kind of where I am with that. It's not like I'm like, oh, fuck real parts, because I have real parts. Like,
yeah, no, of course.
Like,
not.
when it's justifiable for yourself to spend that much money, then by all fucking means, do it. Like,
do whatever fuck you want to do, dude.
But
who gives a shit?
Don't be scared to be judged, or don't be scared to get something lesser because you think others are going to talk shit, or because you think it's dangerous. I mean, it's do your simple math. If there's a moving, like, I wouldn't buy a fake forged internal, like, that's a moving part. That shit blows. Or like a fake turbo. That's something that you probably should just go spend the extra money and get the real thing, because if a turbo blows up inside, you're fucked. Like I said, going back to moving parts, a wheel is just a solid wheel. It's not, people say, oh, well, your car's attached to it. Like, that's the every safety of your car. Dude, it's a fucking wheel. I mean, education comes with it, and a curve of personal preference comes a lot with it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to give a definitive answer where to go for it, but take what we said and this information of, like, before you start judging, before you start getting on your high horse, or before you make a YouTube video, make yourself look like an idiot trying to call people out.
Think about it.
Just fucking think about it for a sec, and then, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I think it's pretty fair.
Hard. So if you can't think, I'm not trying to hose anyone here, but if you don't want to think, it's fine. Thinking. If you've ever had to be underneath a car and figure out how the fuck to get something out, because the night is coming and you're trying to sleep and you're trying to finish this shit, thinking at that point is exhausting. Like, when we were trying to do the axle, and we had to think of a fucking way to get that out, that was mentally exhausting.
We failed.
We're going to try again sometime. We should probably do that soon.
Yeah, we need to. The car's bricked, so it's not moving anyway. Rip. I mean, that's pretty much. I think at the end of the day, there's a long what? Did you just fart or something?
I just remembered something.
What?
I apologize.
For what?
So, you were driving your car in one video when Zach was here. You're a BRZ outside. There may or may not be a loose bolt in there that I undid.
Where? Oh, the rear sway.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. We're not moving.
All right. Okay.
I think that there's an underlying theme between this, and it's that real part or fake part. I think what makes this thing so dramatic is just the harm people think they can start throwing on others because of it, or talking shit.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think it really matters. At the end of the day, it's, supporting your artist or not, their product is still being displayed. And the sad reality of it is, and this isn't me supporting it, but you can never stop it.
Yeah.
There will always be remakes.
China, dude.
Like, there's remakes of my shit. There's people repost my videos. People trying to tell me, well, what if you got to taste your own medicine? I live my own medicine every day on the internet, man. Yeah. People steal my shit all the time, but you don't see me bitching about it.
It's okay, dude.
You can't stop it. It's the way it is. It sucks, but I'm not going to sit here and waste my time crying about it.
Yeah.
So
I just want to reiterate that it's usually a personal problem.
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
agree.
Usually a personal problem.
I don't want to say. Should we talk about that one company that was gonna work with us, but then decided not to work with us because of something?
I don't want to shit on them. I'd rather not start more shit.
Oh, well, should I briefly oversay it?
I mean,
we were going to work with this one company.
Do it as neutral as possible.
Yeah, we were going to work with this one company, and I got the kit, the ride body kit. Then someone from that company said, no, because you did that, we're not working with you anymore. Yeah. And then the company itself, not just that employee, came back a month later and was like, yo, I thought we were going to be working with you. What happened? And I'm like, no, the guy that was working for you said no.
Yeah,
we lost the deal because personal issue. That guy really didn't.
He took it personally.
Because I think
as
he had a
we were
V3
insulting
kit.
him.
Yeah, and again, this isn't throwing harm with shade, but this is just being straight up. Like, that happened because I got a fake kit, and that I think was more personal to him than to others. Yeah. And because of that, we're not upset about it.
We're not upset.
It just happened.
We're just making an observation. We're saying it. Right now, we're this whole podcast, we're not trying to talk shit. We're just trying to observe and give our opinion. Like, at the end of the day, I don't really care what you get. It's just love what you do what you love, and leave it at that. Show it off to people who think the same way.
I agree. And I think that's a great way to end this cast. Quite frankly, I'm tired of this topic, and I'm ready to fucking end this.
Well, goodbye then. Yeah.
I love you, bros. Seriously, thanks everyone subscribing. I think people keep calling this the cunt cast because
Oh, man.
Calvin of C and Hunt cunt cast.
Oh,
I don't know
nice
if that's the
meme.
best meme to put out there.
Don't do that. Just
the-
because we said we're gonna say cunt on this podcast.
The podcast fam, the cast fam,
Unfiltered. We're gonna say like,
casting couch fam, whatever you want it to be.
yeah. Don't fucking.
You guys are great. We love you. Thank
you.
you for the mad support. We're improving this podcast each and every day.
Do
and
we have an outro that we were?
we don't have an outro
We
yet.
were thinking about something. Later. You'll get something later. But right now we're saying goodbye. That's
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. We will do SoundCloud downloads and iTunes downloads
How do you do that?
coming up. But also, we should have maybe had a logo right here today, which is thank you to whoever sent that out. We might switch it up a lot or make the same one here. I don't know, but thank you for that logo. Thank you for
Wait,
listening.
what the fuck? Right now?
Yeah. People have been sending me logos like all day.
They sent me too.
Yeah, good. We'll choose one. We'll put it up like right here. It'll be cool.
It's pretty funny. Like it'll be there the whole time, but like,
Those doggos.
well, it'll be there the whole time, and just right now we're talking. About
Yeah.
47 minutes in. Okay.
Thank you for watching, bros. We will see you next week on Sunday.
Oh shit, my mic was muted the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Bye.